Wait, when is Savannah?
I believe it's September.
September what?
Britt, when is Savannah? What date exactly?
Let me see. I'm gonna go up. I did not know about. I forgot about Savannah too. September 10th. Okay. Thank you,
Ooh,
Felicia.
that's around. Oh yeah, Doug's D's birthday, of course. I couldn't go because
Terrible. You better hope you don't look at this.
people wanted me to do makeup. I was like, no, I can't. I can't do that this year.
Right. All right. So it looks like there's enough people on for us to start.
Yes, let's do this.
So hello, everyone, again. Thank y'all for tuning in to Beyond the Barbells with Larhannah Robinson and Nicole Zenobia Graham. We are extremely excited about this channel, and we just want it to grow so that Figure Girls can always have a platform. We were both at the Texas Pro this weekend. I competed, and Nicole was there in the audience watching. It was an amazing show. Sheila and Freddie truly, truly know how to put on a show. From the stage to, just backstage. Backstage for a competitor is so important because that's where we have to figure out where we can have our calm before the storm comes on stage. And they made sure that we had, plenty of room. And a lot of the shows never have mirrors back there. There's never a mirror for you to look at your entire body. It's like we want to see what we look like back there before we get on stage. Or am I doing the pose right? Like, you can't check it. You have to look at your phone. But they had body mirrors back there. The tanning people were in their own area, so it wasn't like we were so close that we couldn't do anything because tanning people were there and we were slipping all over the place. The way that the expediters and everybody backstage, they were cool. Nobody was pressuring us. They kept reminding us every 5 minutes, bikini or figure, about to go do this. You're about to go get glued and glazed. It was pretty smooth running. So how did it look for you, being in the audience?
Well, it was definitely fun being in the audience. Sure, not having pressure of actually getting on stage. Of course, I like the pressure, but it was a really, really great production. Sheila and Freddie did an amazing job. This was actually my first time attending the Texas Pro because I went down to Trophy before, but I've never been to Texas Pro.
Right.
Such a beautiful job. The light,
excuse me.
The stage, how big the venue was. You could actually see everything. It wasn't like a place and you could see the stage. So everything.
You're breaking in and out.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Let me see. It's like every time you're about to say something important, it goes out a little bit.
Crap.
I know.
Me?
I'm glad it ain't me though.
Can y'all hear me okay?
Let us know if y'all can hear her, because she's breaking up for me, but if it's not clear, then we can start over. But we just want to know if y'all can hear both of us perfectly fine. We'll just keep going. Let's just see. Let's continue. So you're saying being in the audience is a lot less pressure.
Yes, of course, a lot less pressure. Well, as we know, these shows are really, really getting stacked at this point, and we talked about it before. We knew that this was going to happen because it was really showing up earlier in the year, and now everyone's fighting for these qualifications, and these are amazing.
Right. Like, conditioning has to be on point. Everything, you have to be full. They're looking for the whole package, and they're not giving out awards just for shape. I literally was told, you got your placing because we expect more from you. And I 100 million% understand. I started my prep late, and that was my own fault. And, I'm going to take responsibility for it and go out there and get what I know is mine already. I do love the fact that Tyler will go backstage and he waits for you, waits for every single category so that he can give you your critiques. And also his girlfriend, Etala, she's doing, I talked to her after the Tampa Pro, and just hearing her knowledge in bodybuilding and what she knows when she sees on stage, I'm like, she's really a good judge, and she knows what she's talking about. She knows what she's looking at. So when you're the judges are there and they're judging correctly, you can fully trust what they have to tell you.
Gotcha. I mean, as I stated, it was an amazing show. These women, y'all came out swinging, and it was a nice battle to actually. But we spoke, And I think my only big thing for me watching everyone up there, because I always take something away after watching everyone. Everyone's got to work on some conditioning with the posing.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna keep holding it. Don't just stand, hold it.
Right. Right.
Reset. But to just stand there for a while is a little. I'm gonna need you to get back in.
And me shaking and shit. Yeah, trust me, I know, because we shouldn't be doing that. I'm a whole posing coach, but I already know what the issue is. It's my breathing techniques. I just gotta work on my breathing, and it's with everybody. Just like we were talking about in the past episode, how posing is super important and it can make or break you. Conditioning posing will make or break you too. You can be literally a solid third place when you're just standing there, but because you're shaking, they don't give a flying F. They will put you in 8th or 9th or 11th place just from not knowing how to pose. So conditioning is a must when it comes to posing. Yeah, and you can expect to be on stage for more than 5 minutes when you're posing.
Absolutely, especially with these stat classes, they want to pick everybody apart. So, like I said, it's not just figure; it was other divisions as well. So I see everybody get up on it, get conditioned to hold those poses for a longer period of time.
And how do you what advice would you give them when you're talking about conditioning with posing? Because we already know, but whenever you're talking about conditioning with posing and you're working with the posing client, what exactly do you do with your posing client, with yourself, that you're doing this and it's helping you be able to hold your poses longer? How do you condition yourself when you're conditioning for posing?
Gotcha. Well, there's a few things, definitely a few techniques here. One obviously is just holding it and squeezing as hard as you possibly can for time, at least a good 30 seconds. In between 30 seconds, as I'm quarter turning, pull in a vacuum. So now I'm working on my breathing as well. So this on a daily basis, you might not think you're doing much. It's helping with your conditioning, helping with your lines. It's helping for you to actually have the stamina poses. A long time, I mean, not so much now, but I used to actually cardio would be in a holding my 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off. On, 30 seconds off.
Right.
Because honestly, I could sit there all day and hold.
Right. Because I've seen you pose, and I know you can hold your stuff. So if y'all are looking for conditioning with posing and you're looking for specifics, you can reach out to either of us, for posing help, and you'll get your extra tips and trips. But posing is 100% make or break when you step on that stage.
Absolutely. But a heck of a weekend. The figure lineup was insane over our 5. I do want to make a huge shout out because yesterday was insane. I'm sure everybody. I know that this is our figure channel, but
yeah,
I give a shout out to what is his name? Jack.
Andrew Jack. Yeah, girl.
Man, his pro debut. Okay,
I cannot believe that.
Just got his pro card at the Arnold.
Right.
By George Farah.
Right.
Absolutely impressive physique. That man is huge.
Yeah, he is. He's huge.
They said only at 70%.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. He did the Arnold at 50, and then he did this one. I think it was like 75 to 80%, and then he's like, by the Olympia, I'm going to be at 100%. And he was just extremely confident. Like when you are that good. When you're that good, you can be that confident, but you have to be able to back that crap up to be able to talk about it like that. He did exactly that. He literally, the only thing, of course, everybody has improvements. His is actually his glutes, 100% his glutes. His only downfall is his glutes because they are not striated. When you go to that side chest, that's when you can tell where's the lines, because then you put him right next to somebody who's seasoned. Steve Kuklo, look at Steve Kuklow's glutes. When he goes to the Olympia, he will exactly.
Everywhere. So my personal opinion, Marty had them from the back. Just his lines were so clean, you could see everything. Right. But overall package, where was I consistently looking?
Exactly. And it's a size game when it comes down to it for freaking bodybuilding.
That big until I saw him in person.
Yeah, he's huge, tall and huge. And like everything matches. His legs match. Like his abs look literally fake. Like he could just stand. He didn't really have to do much posing for his body to show how great it looks. Him and his coach did an amazing job.
Absolutely.
George Farah.
Yes, George Farah. And he also coaches Blessing, so that's going to be
exactly. Yeah, so that's a win-win for him.
Yeah.
So question, who do you think would have won if Blessing would have did this show? Blessing or Andrew Jack?
I'm going to go with Andrew on this one. I think Blessing has a ridiculous shape, but there's still size and areas I personally feel that need to come.
Yeah. I think if Blessing would have brought his last show package to this show with Andrew Jack, I think he would have won because of the glutes. Blessing's glutes are ridiculous, and Tyler is a big he shows that he's all about legs. You know, like he cares about that part. So I don't think it would have showed more of Andrew Jack's weaknesses right now. I'm not saying that Blessing can beat him in the long. It's possible. You know, everybody's beatable. Honestly, everybody's beatable. But from what I saw at the Texas Pro to what Blessing brought on his last show stage, I think if they both would have came in, you know, at the Texas Pro and Blessing would have came exactly how he came at his last show, I think it would have been Blessing and then Andrew Jack simply because of the glutes.
I mean, I can agree with that. I can. Let's just say that if the shows were really judged from the back as they're supposed to, I could see it going that way. Or I could see it toward Marty's way as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yep, true. Very true.
But aside from that,
right.
Let's figure. So let's start off with our top 5, starting out at 5th place. Let's flip this camera here. Hopefully you guys can see everything. All right, can we see that? Can we see this clearly?
Yep.
Oh, here we go. All right, so our 5th place coming in is Jennifer Zinnert. Coach is Danielle Zinnert. I thought she looked great. She had some really, really good conditioning. Her conditioning is what stood out to me.
Right. She's from Germany. She's unique. Her look is unique. Her legs are amazing. She just has to bring her upper body up a little bit, like 5 more pounds, and she'll be a major threat. She's clearly already won, getting top 5 every show that she does. So she looks really good. Really good.
Yes. All right. Coming in at 4th, Felicia Livesey, coached by Justin Horrell. And man, Justin is putting them out there. He's putting them out there. I've seen quite a few girls that look amazing.
Right.
And I feel that Felicia, she's known for super tiny little waist.
I can't. Let me see. I like her her glute and hamstring tie-in. She has really good glutes, high glutes. Her back pose would be a little bit better with her arms inward, to show her shape better, so that her back could show you know the width instead of it being. But I understand too that because if you're going for 3D, you do have to squeeze a little. So, but she looks good. Maybe a little bit more.
A little bit more harder, a little bit more conditioned. She is known to actually usually come in a little bit harder than that. But show the season, and you know as well as I, the more shows that you do, the more conditioned the being.
Right. She looks like she put on a little bit of size on her legs. I remember her from 2020, I believe. And her quads look a lot bigger.
I agree. I definitely agree. All right, moving on. Coming in third, Tamara Malone is coached by Ty Wilson, and I'm going to be very honest, really impressed with her. This was also pro debut. From the back, absolutely amazing. Look how detailed and
those lines are deep.
And I actually spoke with her right after she was placed. And, I told her, don't take the place in the heart. This is, your pro debut. So it was absolutely wonderful. I think here, if we would have dropped these elbows down a little bit more and brung them in, probably would have rounded out a little bit more, but just a little bit more size through the shoulders.
Right.
And a little bit more detail and density through the back.
Right.
But that posterior lower chain, that was super impressive.
Like, and I was looking at her backstage. It was wow. Like, just up close and personal, you can really see how conditioned and how detailed everything is in her body. But like you said, that front pose is amazing. It's like flawless. There's no errors. And then you can see whenever she turns to the back that it's just her back. Once her back is caught up, she's going to be unstoppable.
Yes, absolutely. I completely agree. All right.
Oh, now they're saying it's cutting out bad.
All right, hold on for a second. Is it gonna flip? Hold on, guys. Okay, before we move into second place, can we hear me just fine?
I can hear you. Can y'all hear her? It says somebody said you're breaking up. But not anymore, you're not. No, not now.
Is it fine now?
It is now, yeah. You're fine to me now. I don't know. What in the... Satan, be gone. Come on now. For real. You just be trying. Just be trying. It ain't gonna work, bro.
Oh my gosh. We gonna get this in the battle.
Second place, like we said on this figure platform.
All right. In second place, we have Autumn Cleveland. Let's take a look at her. All right. Can we see that?
Yes.
Okay. So, second place, Autumn Cleveland. She is coached by Shane Hughley. And again, he's another one who's just putting them out there. You know, he's got a lot of athletes, and they're all doing very, very, very well.
Right. I love her physique. She's a complete package from top to bottom.
Yes.
She was one of the most well-balanced physiques at the show, which is exactly why she got the placing she got. Her muscles full and hard. She's conditioned. Her posing is really good. She has the stage presence. She has the look. And she's improving every single show, which is very important.
You know, I absolutely agree with that. I think I said that last week as well. Autumn has come a ways, and every year she's improving. I'm excited to actually, see her getting in these top placings. I think it's only a matter of time for qualification.
Yeah, I'm so surprised. I thought she was an Olympian. I promise you, I had no clue with the way that she, like her stage presence, how much she knows, how she brings in her physique. I could have promised she was an Olympian. She is that athlete that you'll notice right away. Just because of how she's serious, like we should all be, of course. She gets what she wants, and she doesn't stop until she does. So she's one to watch out for sure.
Absolutely, for sure.
I'm coming for you, Autumn. Look at me. I'm coming.
Y'all two are gonna be going at it for that qualification.
Let's go. Terrible.
Okay, so that was second. And of course, we know who got first. Jessica Reyes Padilla. So let's take a look at her here. All right. So we definitely want to say congratulations for sure, because I mean,
absolutely.
She from the front, I thought she was very, very, very conditioned. Beautiful shoulders. I didn't know
shoulders look like fake how big they are. It looks so like they don't look real with how wow they are.
Her shoulders are very wow. I think, and I feel like it might have been the same for a lot of the other girls who were doing finals, looking at those rotations. And I feel like things started to kind of soften up just a little bit, but during pre-judging, she was spot on.
Right. And this is her third show in a row.
Her third show, man.
To bring this physique on a third peak is ridiculous. Like, we talked about this already. You and I said the second that, we become unstoppable, we would do the exact same thing. There's already zillions of girls qualified for the Olympia. What if I have a bad week leading up to the Olympia and I can take advantage of me being in shape right now? Let me go do that show and take whoever out that might possibly be able to take me out at the Olympia. because that's where the Super Bowl matters. Like, we're all on the same page. So I'm impressed. I'm truly impressed. She's earned her first places. She earned them.
Absolutely. It is beyond impressive, the fact that she can still keep going the way that she's been going. I mean,
right.
That's seriously.
Yeah, later. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And speaking of her, well, no, not yet. Just kidding. Just JK. Actually, no, yeah, we might
wait, let's shout out her coach first.
Andrew Vu, right.
Andrew Vu. He's done an amazing job with her. They've worked very, very well together. Hey, Jess.
Hi, Jessica. We were just talking about you. All good things. We're super impressed with how you're able to show. You want to pull the picture back up so she could see?
Yeah.
We were just going over the top 5 for figure at the Texas Pro. And we were just showing your physique and talking about you and saying how impressed we were with the fact that you were able to bring in this level of conditioning, this complete package on a 3rd peak. It's truly amazing. Both Zenobia and I talked, and we were talking about how if we had the ability, like when we become unstoppable, we're going to do the exact same thing. We would do as many shows as our body allowed, so that way we can take out however many girls we need to before the Olympia comes, because that's just strategy. That's just a smart thing to do.
That is the smart thing to do. And I hate to, I don't even hate to say it, because we hear it all the time. Athletes, why are they doing it? And they already got qualified. At the end of the day, I'm a pro. Okay, this is a sport. Number 2, there is a check to be had.
Exactly.
Number 3, I want to go to the Olympics with as less competition as I got to worry about. I'm trying to take people out too.
Exactly.
So, strategies. So
exactly.
Like, oh, why does this person got to keep doing the show? Give somebody else a chance. No.
It's the athlete's job to beat anybody that shows up on that lineup. And I agree. I mean, this is a sport. We're the only mental sport. We're the only professional sport, that has to go through as much as we go through mentally. And there's not much money at the end of the day. So if you're in shape and you have the ability to compete and you have the ability to make that money, go ahead and get your $2,000, because it's not much. It's not much that they give us. It is not much that they give us. And we have to put in so much. We have to pay for so much, to do the sport that we love. So it only makes sense to compete in the sport that you love so that you can get awarded for the competition and the sport that you love. So we are not hating on Jessica Reyes. We are impressed with her. And when we get on that level, we are going to do the exact same thing.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
And I know a lot of people aren't going to agree with that. And I know it sucks to hear, because everybody should have a chance to go to the Olympia, but it is a competition. This is a sport, and it's not, we all cannot be there. It sucks. We cannot all be there. And we're all equally working the same. We're all equally doing our cardio, eating these meals, going to the gym, paying the same money for the food. It's hard. So we all want to be awarded for that. And we understand that. But at the end of the day, it's a sport. It's a sport. It's a sport. So since we were talking about Jessica Reyes, we were going to do, exactly. We were going to talk about a different subject, but we're not going to have time. So we're just going to go ahead and bring Jessica in.
All right, I'll put her through.
Okay. Don't hate, congratulate, somebody said.
You're daggone right.
For sure. Exactly, because when I win, y'all better congratulate me. No, we don't play that. We applaud the winners. This is our platform, and we need to be about each other, because clearly nobody else is. So this is why we need to do this for us. And I remember whenever Jessica was given one of her speeches at a posing seminar that I was on, and you were talking, she was saying how it's not the competitor's fault on the placing that they get. So why are you going to be mad at the competitor? At the end of the day, it's what the judges say. The judges have the final say so. So why are you going to be upset with the competitor if the judges are the ones picking the first place?
Exactly. That's the conversation that I got with you, like because we all do our job, but at the end of the day, the one who decide who wins and who not. So compete against athletes that we are doing the same, making the same and do our job. So I mean, like you said, also it is a and people doesn't get it.
Right.
It's a competition. You go
It,
to a show to compete with
mm,
whoever show up at the show. You don't need to worry about who is it, if it's already qualified or not, because at the end of the day, you are competing to qualify for the Olympia. So what makes you believe that you're worried about a first show, but then you're gonna go to the Olympia
You still
compete
gotta go against the person.
show?
exactly.
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 That prove yourself that you belong
Right.
there by competing in pro shows and not being worried about who qualifies to the Olympia.
Right. That's a big deal in our sport is that so many people get online and they want to look at all these athletes and, they build up this own tension with these athletes and it's not necessary. So before we even continue talking, y'all, this is Jessica Padilla Reyes. She is hot on fire. I heard Antone Weatherspoon call you the winningest figure pro and it couldn't be more true. You just came off of a high from the Arnold. You won the Columbia Pro. You won the Tampa Pro. You won the Texas Pro. And you're literally on freaking fire. How do you feel, being the winningest figure pro in our division? How does it feel?
I mean, it feels amazing. I think that it's been like a really, really, I just want to like make a mistake because
Right.
like everything that you hear about the sport and sometimes that you need to realize you need to put yourself up there, make this that you want to make and get better and do better and show your face in every single show. That like if you think that you're capable of winning, why not? I mean, this is all
Right.
business, and I cannot agree more with you. We invest a lot. It's a lot of money that we invest, a lot of time, and we are not being rewarded as the guys, and like we invest a lot more just with this
Yeah.
the hair, the makeup, the nails. I mean, they should consider that at the moment that they actually like pick the prices, like
Right.
especially for the girls.
Exactly. Exactly.
I think sometimes the checks are almost worth as much as the suits are.
Or less.
It's like,
Or
hey,
less.
at least I got like what I spent on the flight ticket and the hotel, but
Yeah.
what everything else?
Exactly.
Right. It's really the first place that you're getting that really, makes you feel rewarded because the money, it doesn't pay for what we do.
No.
Only the Olympia paycheck might do that. And then if you have sponsors, but like you haven't always been, Jessica Padilla Reyes. You've been working your way up to now being who you were. So what is a struggle that you face one time a week, that you overcome in this sport? How do you deal with any struggle that you deal with?
Well, I mean that it's not just myself, but I think that every single athlete has been like struggling with the cardio and also like the workout. There's moments that you don't feel like you want to go to the gym, like you don't want to wake up early, like to do your cardio, and then it's like, okay, like how much you want it, like and you realize that you are not the only ones to win, the only one who wants to. So it's your choice if you want to like settle other people do their work or you're gonna put yourself harder to get what you want. Because one of the things that I always like to myself is like, do you really do you really think that you deserve that place? Did you do everything it takes to get that first place? Because
Mm-hmm.
that's like there are athletes that they want to win, but they know deep inside that they didn't do their job. So what
Mm-hmm.
get mad about it?
Right.
But that is why I try to always how I feel like myself 100% and just like be confident that I give my best. If I don't place in the way that I want it or I don't show, at least I have the satisfaction that I give all I have. Right.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And
So when
so
you're
it's like the worst feeling that you could have is like regret if you skip a cardio or you skip a training or like you eat something that you shouldn't. So I think that when you are like really on track and you do 100%, the satisfaction is gonna be there no matter how you place.
I agree.
Same.
I completely agree with that.
So
I've got a question. Okay, so what is your recovery like? Competing show after show. How are you able to do this? How do you feel?
I mean, surprisingly, like people, it's weird. Like my body is a blessing,
mm-hmm.
and when I do like shows back to back like that, people like think that I'm doing more, less. My metabolism gets so fast that I honestly I didn't do cardio since the Columbia Pro.
That's freaking
I
awesome.
was not, I was not doing cardio because I was like dropping so much weight, and my coach was just like to try like to keep the weight and not keep losing. So honestly, that time of not doing cardio because my body like give like some like to just like drive and
Right.
shows.
Right. How long have you been with Andrew Vu? Because we know you've been with him for a long time. We've seen you build. What y'all built together, and y'all have found what works. I mean, you're at your peak right now. Y'all are on fire together. How long have y'all been working together?
Working together for 4 years. The first time that I was yeah was when I started. It was because I was not gonna do that. Yeah. I qualified, but then like situations like so, hurricane hits I lose my job. Um, like it closed. It was like that we didn't have electricity. Something like that. So I don't think that I'm gonna be able like or
Right.
a prep.
Right.
So he was like, you know what? Like it's a shame that you got really good. I think that you do like really really good. So I did my best, and you know that I'm always ability. That's something that I always like.
Dang it. Hold on. They're saying it's cutting out a lot. It's
Really,
cutting out. Yeah. Let me see. Let's try to redo it. Or like if you have your Wi-Fi on, try to turn it off to see if it'll
I'm
work
gonna
better
go
with your cellular.
outside inside the.
Okay. Okay.
So I'm gonna go outside with the sun.
Let us see.
Okay. I hope this is better.
Yeah, yeah. Is she good now, y'all? I can hear you now.
Okay, good. So, one of the things that I love to say is that God is always being with me, and I think that most of the success that I have been having in the past years is because I decide to give my life to God and let Him be in charge of every single plan that I do, and God always give us more than what we ask and what we expect. So I made that decision in 2019, and that year, I won the Arnold Australia, I won the Puerto Rico Pro Show, I won the
Wow.
UK Pro, and I got my first fourth place at the Olympia. So for me, it was like really amazing how God works in every single area of your life when you let Him be. And
Right.
I think that He's the one that is always like being in control and opening the doors for me. I know that He got a
Absolutely.
purpose behind all of this. I'm just doing my part. I'm just doing
Right.
my job and try to talk about it as much as I can. Just letting people know like, hey, God is amazing. God loves you. He want to be like part of your journey. And like He says, like He will multiply the strength of the people who doesn't have any. And I truly believe in that because I ask for strength every single day that I have to do my
Amen.
cardio.
I agree. I 100% agree. Like I was saying before, this sport is the only mental sport that we know about. Everything starts from the mind and it develops from the mind in our sport. If you don't have control of your mind, you're not going to do well in this sport at all.
And
So
I think that what you don't believe deep inside, you cannot show it outside. So
absolutely.
everything starts from believing in yourself. And I think that that's one of the things that also like we were like talking about struggling. I was struggling with that because even though I was like doing good, I was not believing on myself,
Right.
especially when it comes to the Olympia, because you put so much pressure on yourself It's like, wow, I'm gonna compete with the best of the best, and people is like, but you're being there like already 6 times. Why are you gonna like get like that? Hey,
They don't
like, hey,
Like,
you. I mean, like, you need to understand that you're going with the best of the best.
And the fact that you got there 6 times says a lot. Like, how many people can say they've been there 6 times? Not
Yeah.
many.
So,
Not many
so
at all.
it's like it's normal that you got nervous, but deep inside, I was not truly believing in myself that I could actually like get a good placement at the O, especially at
Right.
the O. But this year is being so different because I truly believe that I could make it happen, and I truly believe in myself. And finally, I believe that I got what it takes.
Yeah. And you're showing all of us that you clearly do with these back-to-back wins. Like you said earlier, you had trouble, with motivation, as everybody does, especially newcomers. They have the biggest problem getting motivated, staying motivated. How do you beat not wanting to go whenever you're not motivated? What do you like? How do you accept? Like, of course, because you're a pro, you already know, like, I have to go because I have all these people that are competing. But like, what is one thing that you could tell them when they don't want to go and they feel like they're not going that could help them get up to go to the gym or to eat their meal
Well,
or
like,
whatever it is?
to be honest with you, one of the things that keep me like just like going is like I think that this is not just about me,
Mm-hmm.
and that this is something that I need, and I always like let people know when you like realize how much you inspire and motivate other people about what you're doing, that motivates you. And sometimes when I get so many messages of other figure girls or other people that they're like telling me, "Oh my God, you motivate me so much! Like you could be just like you want like what every time that I see you, I just like want to go to the gym because you inspire me so much." And I'm like, you don't have no idea that you guys are the one who are pushing me to do my best and give my best when I don't feel like, because knowing that they follow me, I just like feel like I'm an example, and I'm the voice like for them. And if I could do something to make their life different and truly make them believe that they could also make it happen,
Mm-hmm.
I'm just that's part of my job, and something that I really need to do.
I agree. That's awesome.
And
amazing.
also, I mean, people need to realize, and even like the ones that they're starting, it is normal to sometimes and some days don't feel motivated. We humans, we are not
Yep.
super. We can look like superhumans, but
Right.
we are not.
Absolutely,
So
that one.
I mean, we're gonna feel tired. We're gonna struggle. We feel sometimes that we don't want to do it. Sometimes we ask ourselves, "Why I'm doing this? Like I don't get it." Because there's a point that you feel that way, but when motivation is not there, the discipline takes over.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
how much
Right.
do you want it?
I
Take
would
it over.
say that exactly.
So it's
No.
like in that moment, it's
Grace,
like when
you're
you prove
frozen now.
yourself, okay, how much do you want it? You tired? Yes. You don't feel motivated? Okay. How much do you want it?
Right.
And it's something not for no one else but yourself.
Right. So
It's a
because you're
challenge for yourself. And
right.
then I feel like so good when you accomplish everything. So people doesn't sometimes like, oh, like why she gets so excited, like she won already like 3 shows, and she's like,
Right.
and I'm like, hey, I'm still working, and I feel proud of myself that I
Yes.
did those accomplishments, because every day you need to deal with something,
Right.
and when you push through that, you should feel proud of yourself, no matter
Exactly.
what.
So because you said that, because you said, there's people that'll be like, oh my God, oh cool, you won that one, you won that one. What are you getting excited for? How in the world do you deal with the haters? Or even your own figure sisters that'll look at you and say, why are you doing the show when you're already qualified? You're just taking a qualification from one of us. Why are you doing that? Like
Yeah.
you're a huge inspiration. Me and Z already said if we had the ability, we would do the same thing. Like there's endless opportunity doing the strategy that you're doing. But how do you deal with these naysayers and the haters that are trying to purposely pull you down and just try to get in your head and make you think that what you're doing is not right?
I just like, how can I say it? I take my time,
Mm-hmm.
honestly, with the positive people. I don't waste my time with negative people. And
Right.
one of the things I think that makes the difference is like how you treat other people. If you keep yourself humble, and you know, because I'm being on stage, backstage with you guys, especially more with you, Lorana,
Mm-hmm.
we talk, and I'm always like talk, and you're like your daughter loves me. Like every
Yeah.
time that she
Yeah.
sees me, it's like
Yeah.
because that's
Girl, she's
part
right
of it.
here
I
listening.
mean, they know that we compete, yes, against each other, but we communicate, we
Right.
talk, like we
Right.
have fun, we dance backstage, and I don't never ever, no matter how many pro wins I got, I will never gonna treat anyone less than me because
Mm-hmm.
the same way that I'm doing it, everybody else could do it too.
Right.
And I never forget where I started and the
Mm-hmm.
reason of why I started. And I keep myself on track and my feet on the ground and
Mm-hmm.
not let all these wins like get to my head because that's something that I don't like. I have feeling like in the beginning, and when you follow people and they're your inspiration and they motivate you and the people that you follow, and then you have the opportunity like to meet them, and then they don't have like they have like kind of like an attitude,
Right.
and you get so disappointed because it's like, wow, I used to admire this person so
Mm-hmm.
much, but she's like cocky or she's like think that she's all of that, and it's like, why you need to be like that?
Right.
So I have been learning, and I'm like, I will never want to be like that. I want
Right.
to be the kind of person that even like figure girls backstage congratulate me. They come to me, talk to me, and say, "Girl, like like you nailed it. Like I'm so proud of you. I follow you. Like you inspire me. Like you are so nice." And that's the words, honestly, that I always look for. So
Mm-hmm.
every time that I hear from other figure girls, like you're beautiful outside, but more beautiful from the inside. You're
Mm-hmm.
so humble. You're so nice. I mean, that's how you should be
Right.
because
Right.
that's the right way to motivate other figure athletes, like to do what you do and not think that, oh, she's like in another level, or oh, I'm not gonna talk to her because she have been winning like so many times. I know, girl, like I'm just a normal person, just like you. You want a
Mm-hmm.
picture, you want to hang out, like you want to talk, let's do whatever you want, because I'm just a normal person that just put herself like in the gym, do what they love, have passion for what I do, and
Mm-hmm.
I push myself as hard as I can, but I'm still like a normal person, and I want to like
Right.
be treated that way.
Right. So y'all hear her. She's saying stay true to yourself. Don't change just because you're winning all these shows. You have to stay humble with yourself and just go back to the drawing board and remember why you're here, why you started. Because you're an example. You're a perfect example for what a figure athlete wants to be. You're winning these constant shows. You're already qualified to the Olympia. Now you get to pocket money from winning these shows. And travel and just get to inspire everybody. So it's amazing what you're doing, and congratulations. We're
Thank
truly impressed. Keep going, because I'm going to try to sneak up on you sooner or later. I got to
let's
get my qualifications
go.
too. For real shit.
I mean, it's like when you compete, you want to like compete like with the best of the best, and I feel honored like to share the stage with you girls. I mean, you girls are amazing, and even though without not even knowing, we push each other to work harder,
Oh,
and
Right.
that's how it should be. Like you don't want to win a show just because someone show up off, or no. You want to win when they're in their best.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you prove yourself. And it's like
Exactly.
just like I think that it was you, Zenobia, that you said one time, it's like it's me versus me, and it is true. Like when you work to be better than the last show, better than before.
Right.
That is like you don't concentrate of how other girls look or what they're doing. You do your own thing, and that's the way that it should be, because we have different type of bodies, different genes. I mean, your strengths are not my strengths, my weakness are not your weaknesses. So it's like, yeah, you should like check out, like, you know, follow them, see what they're doing. But at the end of the day, you need to do your own thing and what is best for you.
Exactly. Yep. And we were just talking about that, Zenobia and I, how whenever you're posing, you have to find somebody that can pose you to your body's ability, or
Exactly.
not pose like I shouldn't be posing like you because I don't have your body. You shouldn't be posing like me because you don't have my body. You know, you pose for your actual body.
And sometimes they just go for a copy paste, and it's like, hey, every time that you decide like to do your routine, you're gonna pick the poses that show your strength. It's
Exactly.
not just like to look pretty. You're showing your strength. So my strengths are not the same as you. So you need to be careful, because they're like always, oh, I like what you do. I like what you do. I'm not gonna do the
Yes.
same thing. But honestly, you're showing your weakness instead of your
Yeah.
strength.
Yep.
Exactly.
There's a lot of people try to copy Z. That's a lot. I still see people doing Zenobia stuff that does not fit them at all. Like, I'm just going to say it. I don't care anymore. Stop. Can y'all stop? Because it does not work. It ain't working for you.
I'll say this.
I promise you, it's only meant for Z. It's only meant for Z. That's
I'll
it.
Yeah.
say this. I'm very flattered when I do see it. But I'm even more excited about it when it works for your body. And I'm just like, holy crap, that looks friggin' awesome. And I don't ever mind if somebody wants to use something that I've done, but just make sure that it works for you and
For
that you
you.
showcase what your strengths are.
Right.
And
Right.
you really could talk about it, because your presentation is always like step out. Like it's I mean, different from everything, and you make
Yes.
sure of that, to do your own thing and what is best for you, and every single pose to show your strength. And I know that you look yourself every time that you practice, and it's like, okay, I could show this part of my body better that by doing this. And people doesn't realize that. They just like look what the other figure girls are doing. Oh, I like that. I'm gonna like add it to my routine.
Right. And
Yeah.
you change your routine a little bit too, Jessica, from last season to
Yes,
this
I
season.
I did.
And
I
Well,
did.
I really I like it. I like the walking backwards and the walking forwards, and you can do it because you actually have the gluten hamstring tie-in. You know what I mean? Like, you add enough fat so you can do it, and you know
Yeah,
how
I
to work
think
it.
that one of the things that also, because my condition is always being there, my body's always being there, you know, the size and everything. And one of the things that being like with the struggling part is being like the posing for me was something that I was a struggle with.
Mm-hmm.
Like people, some people doesn't know, but I have like a motorcycle accident. So
My.
since that, I don't feel my left lat, and it was like really hard for me to actually like look even, especially when I was doing my back pose, because since I don't feel it, so I was
Yeah.
trying like to flex too much, and then I was not even because I was not
Oh.
feeling it. So it was like something that I have like to work on more like mentally, and
Mm-hmm.
just like realize, even though like you don't feel it, it's open. You don't need to overdo it, because then you are not gonna look, you know, even.
right.
And
Right.
I work a lot on that, and obviously like most of the feedbacks was like about my posing, so that is why I took like more time just like get better in my posing and my presentation, to
Mm-hmm.
look like a little bit like, you know, more like feminine, and you know that sassy thing that we
Mm-hmm.
do. And
Right.
yeah, like they love it. They really love it. Like the feedback from these last shows, especially with Sandy, is like, okay, now we're talking.
Right.
So,
Good.
That
Good.
and you always want to like try like to do something different, and I think that by changing like my presentation, I'm also showing like more confidence of myself, like in
Right.
the way that I'm feeling, so people like just like realize, oh, she looked more confident on stage, just like the
Exactly.
way that I'm presenting myself.
right.
And I wasn't like that before, so
Right.
people have been noticed it.
You looked like you were in your element. You were that confident. It was all over you. And I personally, I love the braid. I love the whole overall. Like, I think that's
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. The curl, I like the curl. The curls that you added to the braids are really, really, that does it for it. That really, I like it. For the whole complete package, it works very well.
Yes.
Thank
So
you. And I have been always telling you, girl, that I love your curly hair.
I think,
Like every time that you got your curly hair, it's like, girl, my God, I just like love it. I love it. I mean, I think that it's, we need to do whatever goes with our personality.
yes.
And honestly, like, I don't feel like I'm like a myth,
Mm-hmm.
like a beauty pageant.
Right.
And because I'm more like a little bit more like fearless, like a little bit more like exotic,
Yeah,
more
exotic,
than just
exotic.
like
Yeah.
very cute and very sweet. Like
Right.
I'm not kind of like that. So at the beginning, they told me like they love my hair long, dark, and straight. So
Mm-hmm.
that is why for the first years I didn't change it because that's what they told me that they like. And I'm like, but I always like to change.
Right.
I was like feeling that this is
Right.
not me. Like
Right.
I'm doing it, but this is not me. And then like I just like decide to do my braids on off season, and then like on the posing clinics, like I saw like Sandy and some of the judges, and they were like, "Oh my God, like they look really good on you. Like
Yeah.
you should try to do one show with them." So that
Right.
is what I did the Arnold, and then like we were like, okay, so let's try to add some curls, just like to give like more proportion and balance like to the hair, and that's what we did, and then everybody just loved it because I just like feel like this is me.
Right.
Oh,
And because, like, because
This is me.
it is. It is. I think because we're bigger, all three of us, we're on the bigger side when it comes to being figure. Not so
Yeah,
much big as in like weight, Zenobia, because you're not big by any
I'm
means.
tiny.
You're wide. Yeah, you're tiny. But, you know, when we're on stage, we three look like we're huge. You know, people will come up to us after the show and just try to compare their bodies to ours. But I think it's most important for the bigger figure girls to do as much as they possibly can to make themselves look more feminine. And I
yeah,
think this is exactly the look for you. The curly hair is what brought it out and brought it all together. And now your little spin and everything, it all goes. It's I like it. You're but
yeah.
really
Well,
good.
you know that my natural hair is curly, just
Mm-hmm.
like as you. It's like I just love the curls. And it's like less work too. To
It
be
is
honest
not
with you,
weird.
it's like, hey, what I decided to do these three shows, and I said, my friend, my friend Jarishna, like she wanted to do like waves, like to my hair, and I'm like, girl,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna do three shows back to back.
Yeah.
I don't want to be worried about doing my hair,
Right.
about like drying. I'm gonna sweat. I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
still have to work out. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna be traveling and worry about like I need to check for whoever like could do my hair. So was perfect. It's just like wake up, like just put it to the side and just worry about the makeup, and that's it.
Perfect. Before we close, we both have a question for you. I'll go first. What do
Uh,
you want to tell the people in closing that are just feel like they are about to give up? You know, they've done X amount of shows, nothing's happening or going in their favor. You know, they just feel like they're at a downward spiral. What words would you give them to encourage them to keep them going?
just like I said, to to go again of the reason of why they start like doing this,
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
because sometimes we forgot, and you got a specific reason of why you decide to do what we're doing,
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes we just like take it for granted.
Right.
I need to say this is not an easy journey. It took me 8 years to be where I am right now, doing 6 7 shows per year, putting myself out there. Now I'm seeing the hard work that I put for
Mm-hmm.
the last few years. So that is why I'm actually enjoying it right now. I'm doing as many shows as I can because I sacrifice a lot of myself like to be where I am right now. And sometimes people forget about that. And I
Exactly.
mean, like, if you honestly have like a reason to start this, don't give up
Absolutely.
because it means that you love this. Just don't give up at what other people think about you. Just like change your mindset because probably you're not having the right reasons right now to keep going. You completely forgot that you start this for you and only you. If you switch it up by thinking about other people, about pleasing other people, or taking care just about what other people think about you, then you're wrong.
Right.
Yep.
Great. I agree.
100%.
Okay, so we got T-minus 3 minutes for this video cuts out on us.
No.
What everybody wants to know. Okay, so before we go, our last thing that we have to ask, we are 18 weeks out from Mr. Olympia. Okay, we've got a lot of women, a lot of international women on the stage this year. So it's going to be quite the battle. It's going to be quite the show. Who's taking the title this year?
Me.
That's the answer. That's the answer we're looking for. And that should
With
be
no doubt.
Did y'all see that? That hair flip and everything? Good. And she just said you have to believe in yourself. The number one, that is the correct answer, to believe in yourself.
First, because you need to believe in yourself, because I didn't do everything that I have done just to settle with the second place, because everybody worked as hard as they can to get the first place. You don't prep for a second or a third.
Exactly.
That's one of the things. And also because me doing that will give hopes to other figure girls that it is possible, and to not give up on their journey, and just like to keep going like in the way that I'm doing it right now.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for coming on our show.
Again, congratulations.
Thank you so much for the invitation, girls. I want to congratulate you, girl, for this amazing podcast. I mean, it's been amazing, very different. And I think that Figure Sisters like really need this. And we hope that we could connect more with every single of us and support each other. And let's see if hopefully we could grow this more so we could go get more cash.
Exactly. Yes. Let's build, follow, like, share, all of it. Y'all just heard from the winningest pro in our league. Yeah. Let's get it. Follow, like, and share. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you so much,
We're going to keep posting about you, and y'all are going to hear about all the updates when it comes to Figure. Z, you want to tell them our email and all that again?
Yes.
YouTube channel.
info.beyondthebarbell@gmail.com. Feel free to email us, even DM us at Beyond Barbell on Instagram. DM us, ask us your questions, topics you want to cover, and we will get our topic.
Yes.
And
we'll
also
see y'all
for the people who doesn't follow me yet, Jessica_Reyes_Padilla. So more than welcome, like, for the support and everything. Like, thank you guys for everything, all the support, the messages, and you girls are amazing. Thank you so much, and I hope to see you.
Very welcome. We will see and talk to y'all soon. Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Bye.